Can you name all the planets? Some trivia for you.
I could try. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars.
Have you ever met any of the astronauts?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
We see them all the time.
That's awesome.
Wow.
You think you can kick my ass? Probably, right?
I don't want to.
You
Well,
guys are
according to
Team
my
Pluto or
charts and
not?
graphs, you know, I do believe Pluto is not a planet. It's a dwarf planet, perhaps.
How much you bench?
Well, I have benched 405.
You ever try to pull one of those space shuttles?
No. Joe Rogan better watch out.
Hello, good evening. Welcome back to ThreeFlowing. We're just here to kind of hang out down here in Florida. As you can see, a little bit of different backdrop. But I'm here joined by these two guys. And who's this guy?
Yeah, this is Daniel. How's it going, guys?
What's up? I'm Ethan the Guru. Nice to see y'all.
And we're joined here by a really cool guy. Goes to the gym a lot, obviously. It's Mr. Mike
Don't say
Granish. You can say hello to the audience.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
But
Glad to be on here.
we're going to get on some cool topics. NASA, basically everything that the umbrella falls under. But anyway, thank you for being here. A little backstory. I know you grew up in Titusville.
That's correct.
So
Grew up in Titusville, born in 1977, which is probably too far for you guys to even think about. And
Wasn't even a thought.
went to school, and when I got out, I started doing ironwork. Went through the apprenticeship, 4-year apprenticeship, and I was working on launch towers, building launch towers and stuff out at the Space Center and the Air Force Station, which is now the Space Force Station. And then I got into what they call the high crew, working under United Space Alliance. We were like the general contractor for NASA to work on space shuttles, launch space shuttles.
Wow, very nice.
Pretty
That's-
interesting.
So
Definitely.
what age did you get into, say, the ironwork?
I was 18.
Okay, well, right out. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
very nice.
Very young to do that.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
what company do you work for exactly now?
I work for Astrion.
Astrion. Okay.
Yeah, and we're under the Comet contract. It's like a conglomerate of 8 different companies under the Comet contract, and we're the general contractor for NASA
Okay. General
on the
contract for now.
SLS and which is Space Launch System Artemis rocket.
Wow. And what's your job title? What do you do?
I'm second shift manager over ground system support,
Okay.
so all the ground systems are under.
So big boss then.
No, not really.
I thought so with those muscles, you know. I
Yeah,
was like, man.
there's a lot of big bosses above me, I promise you.
Yeah, a lot of bureaucracy there, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. I one question I had would be, what would you say is the difference between, I know iron and versus steel work, but like, why does NASA use iron work, as opposed to other things?
For like building the towers and stuff.
Right, like iron as opposed to
longevity.
steel. Longevity.
Well, it is steel. It's just
Okay.
Just the word they use for
the
it.
trade is called ironwork.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But yeah, it's steel
Mm-hmm.
that they build the launch towers and everything out of.
Very
Just
cool.
like most skyscrapers and everything, and got a steel frame,
Mm-hmm.
and then everything's built around it. Just because of longevity and strength of the steel, and it'll last a lot longer than. They pour some buildings and stuff, but when they're going 100 stories up, they got to have some type of framework. So
To rest on to make sure nothing comes crumbling down.
yeah,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like
That's
my
cool.
life sometimes it just crumbles, I gotta
So
build it back up.
growing up, I'm sure you saw basically the evolution of the space shuttle and how
Well,
That's what I was gonna ask.
yeah.
I was
well,
gonna do that.
Space Shuttle started launching in 1981, so I was really young then
Yeah.
still. But I went to what was called Apollo Elementary School, and
Isn't that funny?
we would have fire alarms every time the shuttle would launch, and everybody would, go out and assemble. We'd watch the shuttle go up, and then when everybody go back in.
Wow.
So I started watching shuttles
so
since I
cool.
was a little kid, and my dad, worked in the shuttle program, so I knew a little bit about it anyway.
So it's just destiny. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to it.
Did it inspire you, you'd say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my grandpa worked out there. My dad worked out there, and growing up in Titusville is really not much besides the Space Center. You know, I mean, if you want a good job, you know, that's what your aspirations to go work out there. So
Sure.
everybody tries to get out there.
So growing up, do you remember all the space shuttles going up and different type of missions, hearing about them?
Yeah, I mean, I would watch the shuttles go up and everything, but I mean, I was still kind of young.
You weren't like in depth.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Right,
I didn't know exactly what they were doing.
Okay,
You know, but
gotcha.
you know, until I got older, a little bit older. You know.
And then kind of got more into it.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
more into it, and you know, found out when they were building the International Space Station and everything, and
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, so it's and as you get out there, you know, you start learning more history about it and everything.
Sure, yeah.
I was going to ask a question. Can you name all the planets? Some trivia for you.
I could try. You know, you got Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. You got Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto,
There you
Saturn.
Yeah,
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
All right,
That's
sweet.
all of them.
If they, I don't know if they got Pluto as a planet again or not, but
Is that like a big debate within NASA? Like,
well, that's a big debate with all the astroscientists. You know,
What's your opinion on it?
man,
He's
We
like,
grew-
I don't care.
no, we grew up with Pluto as a planet. This is
Yeah.
something, you know, newer.
He's on the planet gang.
I'm
man.
Team Pluto as well. You know, comment below if you guys
Well,
are
according
Team
to my
Pluto or
charts and
not.
graphs, you know, I do believe Pluto is not a planet.
Yeah, a dwarf planet.
It's a
but
dwarf planet, perhaps.
Well, I mean, if it goes around the sun, that's
Yeah.
that's a planet.
Pretty
that's
much.
that's
yeah.
true. That's
You know, it's got a
You're just-
a steady orbit. So
You're just overthinking, you know.
They're like, well, we gotta specify everything.
yeah.
so. With working in the high rise, obviously you've been in some high places. So what are some stories? You know, you being up there.
Well, I think the highest I free climb was I put a lightning rods on top of a 500-foot weather tower.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Hopefully not
so-
during a storm.
Oh, it was a storm. You coming down? You know, you don't like. Well, my last job that I worked doing ironwork before I got into high crew, we were building launch pad 41 for the Atlas V rocket.
Okay.
And you know, it's right on the ocean, so you steadily get afternoon thunderstorms. You know, Florida's notorious for afternoon thunderstorms, especially in the summer.
We've noticed
So
that here.
we have a shed that we'd put up every time we'd build another level, we'd jump it up to the top. And if weather was coming in, we'd go get in this little shed and wait it out unless it's going to be like the whole afternoon. Then we'd, you know, come down. But
Gotcha.
if what they have out there at the Space Center, they call Phase 1 and Phase 2, and that's lightning warnings. So lightning within 15 nautical miles is Phase 1. Once you get into Phase 1, you start wrapping all your stuff up and getting ready because before too long, we go into what's called Phase 2, which is within 5 nautical miles. And that's when, you know, you got to be inside. Because Florida's like the lightning capital. So,
Right, yeah. So you're saying it rains here a lot?
yeah.
I didn't notice that.
We didn't notice that at all.
It's only rained like 50 times since we've been down
Yeah.
here.
Nice
So the
and sunny.
Sunshine State is actually the rain state.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Petition to change, you know?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Sorry, Seattle. So I guess kind of getting back into it, I wanted to ask you about what you manage as part of your job.
So right now I manage over 4 shops on second shift, which is cranes, doors, and platforms. They're in charge of all the fixed overhead cranes and all the platforms and the doors and the VAB and all the other buildings, you know, supporting buildings around Space Center. And then, of course, high crew, which builds, you know, temporary access, fall protection, and stuff of that nature for, you know, when somebody's got to go work on something and there's no way to get there, high crew builds them away. And then right now I don't have the heavy equipment on second shift. I get them when we need them, but heavy equipment is in control of the mobile cranes, you know, the forklifts, tractor trailers, all the, you know, heavy equipment. And then I'm over crawlers, structures, transporters, which is over they work, you know, they roll the crawler, they roll the mobile launcher out to the pad, and they're in charge. Like today, they're in charge of moving the Orion from the MPPF, which is the processing facility where they were fueling the Orion capsule, and they're moving it to what's called the LASF, which is the launch abort system facility, where they'll put the launch abort system on top of the capsule. So they're the ones that transport all that stuff. And then they also work, structures, and they work pneumatics. I mean, they have a handful of different jobs that they do.
See, if nobody knew it, there's so much stuff that's always moving and grooving over there at NASA.
Yeah.
It's nonstop.
Nonstop.
You ever try to pull one of those space shuttles?
No.
No, you never tried.
No.
No, you look like you might be able to. I don't know.
No, I don't have a Toyota,
How much you bench?
Well, I have benched 405, but I
Okay.
try not to go that heavy anymore.
I get it.
Damn. All right, so 405. That's crazy. Why don't let's go 410 then? You gonna go to the gym tomorrow?
405 was plenty.
405.
I don't do that anymore. That's when I was younger.
Okay.
Did you do any
Now I do mostly dumbbells. I don't even
Okay.
do barbell anymore.
Are you?
safe
Throw
on the
those
shoulders?
rockets.
Yeah. Try to.
Yeah. So something about curling rockets, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I was just curious if you boxed because I remember last time.
Yeah, we did some boxing, some kickboxing.
Okay.
really, you think you can kick my ass? Probably, right?
I don't want to. I'm too old for that stuff now, man.
That's the
I don't want
even
to.
even if
kindest way of saying
even
I
if I
can.
did win, I'd still lose because I'd be hurting for a week and a half.
that wasn't polite. Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask too. So we've got high rise and all of you manage. So what about the crawler? And can you explain kind of what the crawler is?
So the crawler is a enormous. Well, it's essentially it's like 4 tanks with a big frame sitting on top of it. It's got these big tracks that it crawls on, and it has 2 huge diesel motors that propel it, and then it has 2 more huge diesel motors that generate the power for it. So it has its own power plant essentially, because it powers the whole ML and everything when the ML is on top of it. And it propels the mobile launcher, which is the ML, from the VAB out to the launch pad. It sets the launch pad down, and then it comes down off the pad.
Is it a fast moving thing?
No. About half a mile an hour.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, it's a long journey out to the pad.
that's pretty boring. I'm sure.
Yeah.
How long does it take to move it?
It depends, because I mean, sometimes we have issues where like you got to be careful when you're going around corners. You got a 400-foot tall steel structure sitting on top of you, so
Right.
you got to slowly go around the corners, and they might have a problem with a
Well, half
track
a
or
mile an hour. How much faster? How
Yeah.
slower can you go?
well, you can go slower, I promise you. But yeah, they take their time. They got to be careful. You got a multi-billion-dollar rocket sitting on top of your machine. So
$1 billion? I guess everything that goes into it, right? Not just the
Yeah.
equipment, but the
well,
engineering.
yeah, the engineering,
all the time and
the time, the labor to
Investment,
build it
everything,
and
yeah.
get it ready for launch and everything.
The lowest bidder is the one that won it to bid for that $1 billion rocket. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
So what do you do exactly with the crawler?
I just manage the guys.
You just manage to okay.
Yeah. I don't particularly do anything.
Okay.
I just, make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So,
Not speeding through corners.
yeah, don't speed through the corners, Everything is very slow and methodical
Gotcha.
when you're working around flight hardware, because, one little mistake could cost millions of dollars. So
You gotta
everything
know
has
about
to
all of
be,
them.
yeah, everything has to be
Hey.
super, super safe.
I know how that is working in data security.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
And it can be really stressful. Like one mistake could cost millions, billions of dollars for a
You
company.
gotta be on your
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. I work in cyber, so
Yeah, that's cool. That's a
uh,
good job.
I wanted to ask more about rockets. So y'all did space shuttles for a while, and now you're going back to rockets. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So like,
But we're utilizing some of the space shuttle components. So our SLS rocket has solid rocket boosters on the side, and essentially they took the external tank from the shuttle, elongated it, put 4 engines on the bottom of it, and that's what they
Okay.
use to propel the rocket.
Wow.
So you know the reason they went from? So we started with rockets, we went to space shuttles, and now we're back to rockets. So what did we learn from the space shuttle program?
Why are they switching?
Well,
you know.
Yeah.
The shuttle wouldn't have been able to go out to the moon. So
Okay.
we're going back to the moon, and they have to have something that would get out there. So that they went back to rockets
So
because
we are going back to. They're
is that-
planning it.
yeah, well, we've already went around the moon when we launched Artemis 1 in 2021. It went out and around the moon and came back, and now
Oh.
February 6th we're supposed to launch Artemis 2 with 4 astronauts on it, and they're going to go around the moon and come back.
Did Artemis 1 have any astronauts on it?
No,
or-
it was just
Okay.
it was just a test.
Gotcha.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And then Artemis 3 we're supposed to land on the moon.
Okay.
Is there a target date for that one?
I haven't heard one yet, but it's going to be 2027 sometime.
Very cool.
So the space shuttle is just mainly to go up into space and go to the.
Space shuttle was like the workhorse to build the International Space Station. It was a low Earth orbit vehicle.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Now we're going out, to the moon. That's a long distance away from the Earth, so
Well,
it's a whole different ball game.
When I was speaking of going to the moon, of the 12 astronauts that walked on the moon, 4 are still alive. So hopefully they'll make it
saw-
long enough to.
Jim Lovell just passed away. I saw.
He did.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, 97.
97. Yeah.
Wow.
These guys are old.
Yeah.
Have you ever-
Charles Duke, some John Davis, Buzz Aldrin, and Levitt, I think, is still alive. Like,
Did you say Buzz Lightyear?
No, either of the 4 are still alive. So hopefully
Sorry
they'll get to
about
see a man walk on the moon.
Yeah, that'd be amazing,
Yeah,
man.
that'd be cool.
Have you ever met any of the astronauts?
Oh yeah,
Really?
we see them all the time.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
How often do you interact with them?
Well, part of our heavy equipment shop, they are the astronaut drivers.
Okay.
We have what's called the CTVs, or the crew transport vehicles, and our heavy equipment shop actually transports them from the astronaut quarters out to the launch pad, and then if it gets scrubbed or whatever, bring them back to astronaut quarters. But
Okay.
that's part of our job.
Are they cool people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty
Most of them are real
disciplined, right?
friendly, and that I'm sure there's just like every other type of people. There's some that are, probably
It takes all.
not the
right?
friendliest people, but
Right.
but for the most part, they're all pretty level-headed, and
Well, it seems like in NASA they'd be the celebrities of NASA.
well, and they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
They get
Amazing.
treated very specially, but
To be fair, I mean, I
They
think they
should,
should.
yeah.
Yeah.
The risk of
yeah,
everything.
anytime you strap yourself to a what could essentially be a hydrogen bomb, I mean,
Yeah.
Risking their lives,
yeah,
for
yeah,
this or for science and discovery.
yeah.
That's
Um,
cool.
Do you have any memories of some of the disasters that have happened in the past? With
Yeah, actually, Challenger was on my sister's birthday.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we were actually. I remember I was in elementary school, and I was in music class, and we did our fire alarm, go out there and watch a shuttle launch, and we watched it go up, and then the booster started doing one of these numbers, and I was young, so I didn't even realize what happened, but our teachers were all crying and stuff because I was the one that had the teacher on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember that.
Yeah.
And then when Columbia happened is actually the week before I started a high crew job. So
Really?
I went and I did all the interviewing, and I got the job on the Wednesday before Columbia happened. So, luckily I got to keep my job, but we were the last ones to get hired. They put a hiring freeze on for 2 years after that. So we actually got, we had to help with the investigation and everything on trying to figure out exactly what happened. At that time we were building, because they had this big hangar, and they were,
Trying to piece it together. I guess.
trying to piece it back together and figure out what happened. And we put scaffolding in, and they could put their cameras on and stuff. So
It ended up being one of the tiles or something.
it was a foam on the bipod area of the external tank.
Oh, okay.
Because when the the cryogenics are 400 something degrees below zero, so
Oh wow.
they're
Holy
so
crap.
cold that it froze the foam around the bipod where it attached to the shuttle, and when it came down, it hit on the leading edge of the wing, and it put what they said was like a suitcase size hole in the leading edges. They were made out of like a carbon they called it, so it's like a carbon fiber, and when that frozen foam hit it, it just put a hole through it. So
and
when they
broke
were
up.
coming back in, the plasma gases and everything and the heat were going into the into the wing, and essentially,
Strong enough to
the
knock that
tire
arm off.
expanded and shrapneled everything, unfortunately.
Wow, and that was 2004?
2003.
2003, okay.
Yeah.
And then Challenger was 86.
86.
Okay.
And you
Yeah.
started working there early 2000s, right?
2003
2003
that,
that
yeah.
year.
is when I started working, on
Sorry,
space
I
shuttles.
spaced out a little bit. I'm sorry. My bad.
Spaced
Yep.
out. Anyway, that's interesting. Do you think they're going to stick with the rockets for
Yeah.
a while now?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be rockets from now on, I believe.
And is Artemis 2, when do they plan on trying to launch Artemis 2?
February 6th.
February 6th. Okay.
Yep.
I remember you coming down here with my mom and going out with y'all and watching one of the space shuttles go
Yeah.
up. That was
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
Loud. That
You
was.
when you could feel it.
You could feel
it's
the
just cool.
Yeah, and we were way away. You over the water. Was
Yeah.
that Cape Canaveral? Was that
We were in Titusville.
Titusville? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that was awesome.
Yeah. It's definitely a cool experience, especially if you're actually out there. Because, just think of the difference between being 20 miles away compared to being 3 miles away.
Oh.
It's just so much louder, and it's just exhilarating.
I'm sure it's quite intimidating. I'm sure too.
Yeah, it can be. Definitely.
Does NASA still have Mars on the horizon?
Yeah. So I believe the plan is, go to the moon, build a presence on the moon to help fuel to get into further, outer space, into Mars and
Okay. Interesting.
everything.
So they're planning to build something on the moon this time.
Yeah. They're supposed to be building what's called a gateway. It's supposed to be almost like a international space station that's going to orbit the moon. And then
Okay.
they're supposedly, going to build some type of habitat on the moon where they can, find water or ice or whatever and take the hydrogen out of it to help produce rocket fuel.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But how far away is the moon?
Oh, you have to look it up, but it's like 238,000 miles or something.
Okay.
Bringing in all
Gotcha.
the trivia today.
I was curious. I know that the sun's 93 million miles away,
Yeah.
but
It's a lot longer than my
yeah.
my bank account or my attention span.
That's pretty cool.
Definitely not like driving home, huh?
No.
It's definitely not driving home for sure.
Yeah.
And you have any memorable accounts of anything while working there, doing this or that?
Oh man, we done so much stuff, man. Like doing the high crew work. I've been in places that only a handful of people in the world can say they've been. I've climbed all through the space shuttle. I've been in the the crew compartment. I've put in access in the payload bay. I've climbed
Wow.
around the engines, helped remove engines, and we get the opportunity to touch things that not very many people in the world can.
When you're in
say
the
they
engines,
did.
are you scared they're going to turn on?
No.
I mean,
They're not fueled until they get out to the pads.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And how are the crew quarters, by the way? Is it tight or?
Oh, it's tight.
I can
Yeah,
imagine. Okay.
it's tight.
and if you're claustrophobic, it wouldn't happen. Like
Yeah.
you'd
You can be
freak
strapped
out.
in a suit too. I mean, that's just adding to it.
Yeah.
And the journey to the moon must take a while too.
Yeah, it takes multiple days. I think when Artemis 1 went up, the capsule was actually out for almost a month before it came back in. So
It's amazing. I know even when they launched, I think it was last week to go to the space station, it took, over a day to get there. I think.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing.
yeah, and it's only about 200 miles up. So
Man,
Wow.
it's only about 200
that's what I was
miles.
gonna
That
say.
is only,
Only 200
200
miles.
miles. 200 miles between 238,000. There's a
There is a
there's
difference.
a pretty big difference there.
Yeah,
Sure.
true. It's all relative. Yeah,
But you
that's
still
so
plan to
cool.
stick with NASA for a while, and
Yeah, man. I want to see this thing succeed.
that'd be cool. Yeah.
You
I want to be
passionate
part
about
of going to the moon, man. I would have loved to have seen Saturn V's go up, but
I think
I was way too young for that.
Some would say, and I think it'd be us that would say this, that you're already a part of history. So
Yeah.
stick with it.
I mean,
Yeah, oh yeah, man. I plan on hopefully retiring out there.
Good. Yeah, we hope you do.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
I mean, this is the type of stuff that I read
On the
about in elementary school.
On the moon.
When I was
Yeah.
little, and now I'm talking to somebody that's worked with all that stuff. It's just really amazing. So,
Yeah, we got to. I mean, we've done a lot of stuff out there, but a cool thing was when Transformers came and filmed out there. That was real cool. We got to see all the Transformer cars up close and everything, and it's cool.
You get to see Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox.
No, I didn't. They kind of keep them away from the public.
Gotcha.
Right.
But
Imagine.
yeah, they tell you don't take pictures of the cars, because they didn't want anybody knowing, what the movie was going to be. But I mean,
Sure.
I'm sure people were posting them all over social media anyway.
Yeah,
But-
that's true. What year was that? Do you remember?
2007.
Okay.
Was it?
2007.
Yeah.
Man, why does it feel like so long ago? I mean, I'm young, but it just
It was a long time ago. I figure a couple years. That's 20 years almost.
20 years. Almost 20
man.
years,
What's
yeah.
happened? Where did time go?
What was your favorite car to see out there? From the
Oh,
Transformers?
of course, it's the Camaro.
The Camaro. Yeah, Bumblebee.
Yeah.
That was my
You
favorite
get to see
too.
that big Optimus Prime.
Oh yeah, man, they kept that thing pretty too. It was shined up
I
pretty.
bet.
I mean, you could shave in the finish of the truck, man.
That's
It
awesome.
was shiny,
It's very
and they had
cool.
all the big nest vehicles and everything. It was cool, man. They had the little Ferrari, the Corvette. I mean, it was all of them were out there. It was a really cool experience.
Where did they get the cars? No, just
I don't
Hollywood
know.
somehow has
Yeah,
their.
they built them.
I didn't know if they
specifically.
maybe contacted somebody around here.
No,
or
they
Universal or
shipped
something.
them all in.
Okay.
Yeah, because they have multiple different places they were filming. I think they were filming in Chicago for that and everything too. So,
Okay.
so they'd ship them wherever they were going.
Hmm.
But
Well, Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, if you're for some reason watching this, please come on. Talk to you about the Transformers movie.
Yeah, certainly. No, I just can't get over the fact that he's gonna touch the rocket probably that is gonna go to the moon.
oh yeah, we've already touched it.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing. Yes.
like I was saying, today we moved the what is the crew module and the service module because they're stacked together. They were in the process of fueling them in what's called the MPPF, and we moved it to the launch abort system facility. So they're going to put the launch abort system on it over the next month and a half, and all the ogive panels, and close the crew compartment up
Oh,
for
wow.
launch.
Are they going to put an Ovaltine dispenser on it too, or
Well, some tang or something.
something?
I wonder
Yeah.
if Ovaltine's ever gone to space.
Yeah. Do you know, or
I have no.
He's like, what?
can you try to motivate them to take Ovaltine to the moon or Mars?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
You,
I mean,
can you maybe
I'll
put a word in?
I'll put a word in.
Put a bug in her ear.
It's been the Mount Everest. It needs to go to the moon too.
Yeah.
We're gonna
For
lobby
real.
for that to
It
happen.
really does. Need to.
So, Liver Ovaltine.
I was just curious, I was talking to my dad about, he's a very, I guess, logistical and analytical guy. And I asked him, it's like, well, do you believe in aliens? Expecting a no. And he's like, well, actually, yeah. And he told us the story about his UFO encounter. And now I'm going to ask you, what do you think?
Yeah,
Oh,
what
I
do you
think there's got to be something out there, man. Have I encountered anything? No, I haven't. But that doesn't mean anything to. I mean, there's something out there besides us. I mean, if we
I
evolved
believe
from
it too.
nothing, then somewhere else, beings have evolved also. I mean, I
Right.
can't think of all the different universes and everything out there that there's not more living beings.
It's too big for just to
Pretty
be
big.
us.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you get a sense that that a lot of people at NASA agree with that? Like, do you think they're part of the reason they get into it is because they're curious about what's out there?
I mean, I'm sure people growing up want to be involved in it, and so that's what they strive for, to become engineers or whatnot, and go to NASA and be not just part. I mean, just to find out everything about space. You know what I mean? Not just
Right.
rocketry, but find out if there's other things out there, and discover stuff that's never been seen before. With these high-powered telescopes and stuff that we launch.
Just the genuine curiosity and wonder about what's out there.
Yeah, because I mean, there's no way that we've discovered everything.
No, you can't.
Certainly.
Not even in our ocean.
Yeah.
What do they say? The statistic is we've only discovered what?
Very small
9%?
percentage,
Very
yeah.
small percentage of the ocean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
space has got to be
Yeah, I feel the same way
Yeah.
about my mind. There's always like new depths to it. I'm,
depths.
I'm accessing new
Little
states.
crevices in there somewhere.
Yeah, there's something in
Climb
there.
into.
Yeah,
Brain, you know, is
like
deep.
the space shuttle. There's like a little crevice I'm trying to crawl in.
You
or
think we could
something.
lobby to get your face plastered on one of those rockets as it goes up?
Hey, for the right price, maybe.
Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll find out.
But I was going to ask you, Mike, where do you get your passion for space and for what you do?
Just, growing up around it, I always wanted to be part of it. And when I got the opportunity to go out there, it was everything that, you dreamed it would be, as far as, having the ability to be involved with it. You get to, like I said, I've been in places that only a handful of people in the world can say they've been. Not very many people can say they've climbed all through the space shuttle and, worked on the engines and stuff like that. So it's just the exhilaration of knowing that you are part of it is what drives, most people, the passion,
Yeah.
because everybody out there is there to, be part of the space program.
Right.
Yeah. And this is a special place to grow up too, if you're into
Oh,
rocketry
yeah.
and that sort of thing. And, do you know why they chose this area to launch the rockets? Because I know we talked about the weather being bad, so I'm sure that to scrub a lot of
I mean,
missions.
there's opinions out there, but I mean, I can't really say whether they're correct or not. I mean, that takes people way smarter than me. I'm sure there was a reason why they built it here.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look now, they got launch pads in Texas. They've got launch pads in California, so they got them in Virginia.
Maybe the land was just cheap down here, and they were like, "Yeah, that."
Yeah,
That's what Disney did. So.
Close to
Yeah.
the ocean too.
You know.
yeah.
Those waves out there.
Yeah, not a bad place to be for sure.
I was
Yeah.
going to ask too. I know my dad, and he was talking to us about seeing the space shuttle on the ferry or the 747.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm curious. I know they got a runway here. Have you seen the 747 come in with that space shuttle?
Oh yeah, we worked on it.
Oh, you even worked on it.
Yeah,
That's
we
fantastic.
because they had a big steel structure that the 747 would go into. They picked the shuttle up, the 747 would taxi underneath it, and then they'd set the shuttle down on top of it
Wow.
and strap it on. So we had to work on that structure a lot. Keep all the winches and everything working. Was high crew, we would build the platforms for the people to work on the winches and everything.
Well,
So-
how do they make sure it stays on? Because I mean, it's Marvel engineering. That's amazing that it can do that.
Yeah, I mean the 747 is not like a typical 747.
I'm sure
You
it'll
go
souped
inside,
up.
they took all the seats and everything out. There's bracing all through it, and then when the shuttle set down on top of it, they bolted it all together. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so there was
Wow.
like it was all, and then where it bolted on, braces went through the fuselage and braced it all up. So it was definitely a engineering,
Gotcha.
success.
You
But
didn't like just winch it on or something.
yeah, yeah,
You didn't
they-
just put on those rubber bungees or whatever.
yeah. We would take a couple, tie downs and strap it down.
You find in your granddaddy's truck or something.
I see a slab
yeah.
and say, that's not going anywhere. That's cool.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's amazing how complex these operations are, really and truly.
Very complex.
And the shuttle landing facility, the runway is actually an extra long runway. So a lot of like NASCAR companies and race cars and stuff like that, they go out there and they actually test drive down the launch or the landing
Okay.
strip. So we've had the opportunity to meet some of the people that came out, like Tesla. They were doing a lot of their the special driving with no drive. Like they have a tractor trailer that just goes out there and just does circles. Where testing their driverless capabilities and stuff. And we've seen supercars going over 200 miles an hour down the
Wow.
landing strip and
Wow.
stuff.
Dang, that'd be
There's always
pretty cool.
something going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff that's
Elon-
not even space related. It's really interesting to see how
Elon,
that.
his antics, he's just been trying to put chips in brains and all this other stuff. I mean, you never
Yeah.
know. Robots in your
Speaking of-
kitchen.
Kind of speaking of Tesla, he also has SpaceX, and I was wondering about the relationship between the private space companies that you're seeing and NASA. Like, is there competition that you feel, or like how's that?
There's always competition, I mean, they're trying to do the same thing we're trying to do, but they're trying to do it cheaper, because they're a private company, but we still support SpaceX. We support all the companies out there, through the heavy equipment and high crew shops. We do plane offloads with satellites and everything else too. So, I mean, yes, I'm sure there's a little bit of, inner fighting going on between NASA and some of these other, companies,
Blue
but
Origin and whatnot.
everybody kind of works together at the same time.
Okay, yeah. Because I was wondering if there'd be like a scramble to like get the talented people to come work for you as opposed to somebody else.
Always, man.
I'm sure.
Every company out there tries to poach everybody. It's a constant fight.
Definitely. Because when I went to Georgia Tech, a lot of people, they were in the aerospace engineering program and they'd all want to go like work at SpaceX. I heard a lot about SpaceX and stuff. Is NASA still hiring people?
Yeah. I mean, well, not since right now
Why, you
they're in
want a
the
job?
process of
I'd love a job.
right now they're in the
NASA.
process of actually dwindling them down a little bit, because of the president's directed and everything. But some of the NASA people have been retiring and they're taking their numbers down a little bit. But I mean, I'm sure hiring will happen again as people retire and go find other jobs and stuff. They're always looking to replace people. But Blue Origin's always hiring. SpaceX is always hiring. ULA, which is United Launch Alliance, they're hiring. I mean, everybody out there is hiring.
So it's competition among each companies. Now it's not Russia and America trying to get to the moon first.
Yeah. Well, now it's China and America.
Yeah, now we switched it up.
Yeah.
You ever see any cosmonauts going around too?
If I have, I didn't know. I mean, because the astronauts kind of stick together. So I'm sure I have, but I haven't personally met any of them.
Yeah, it's interesting how that agreement works. How we're adversaries, kind of, as countries, but we work together in space. It's kind of interesting.
It takes the world, man. It takes the world to get up there and do some of the things that need to be done.
And cordiality and teamwork. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, who are some of the people that you've met that you're like, man, that was cool to
Yeah,
meet him or
presidents
her?
or
Or,
celebrities.
I know he's astronauts, and that's cool.
Anybody?
Yeah. Well, I mean, astronauts. I saw Trump come in when he came in to do his speech,
Oh, okay.
and senators and stuff come in and watch and meet them every once in a while. I mean, but being on second shift, you don't really see as many people. We're just there to do the work in the shadows.
Sure.
So for the most part,
There are more important things afoot.
yeah.
So.
And they kind of keep people away from the celebrities and stuff when they come out there to do the film and stuff like that. So, but I mean, we've seen multiple movies and shows filmed out there, but like I said, they'll get everybody out of the buildings or whatever, and then the actors will come in, do what they have to do, and then they'll leave. So
Go back to the green room.
yeah,
Right.
Such a very secluded and protected life.
yeah.
I'm not going to be like that. Y'all can find me anywhere.
Well, hell, we just got to look at the shirt.
It won't be hard to find you.
That's true. That's true.
I'm sure you're always looking everywhere. Eyes in the back of the head.
Oh yeah, now he's
Type of thing.
eyes on his
Yeah.
back.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm like one of those like biblically accurate angels or something with like 10 eyes.
That's a little scary.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
You guys got any other particular questions? I'm drawing a blank at the moment.
Well, honestly, like what would you say to somebody that's looking into getting into like the space program or anything regarding space or NASA? Like what would you tell them? Like piece of advice or maybe just something?
Well, I mean, go to school, get your degree, and apply. Come out there, man. We're always looking for smart, talented people. We want the best of the best. We want people that are passionate about it. Somebody from Minnesota, is just passionate about the space program, and they're going to go to school and want to come out there. We want somebody like that. We want people that want to be there that are passionate about it and that want everything to be a success like we do.
Do you do the hiring
I do for our shops, yes.
And when you interview, what do you look for? What attributes?
It depends on which shop I'm looking for. But
Okay.
you in the hiring process, you're trying to fill the person out. They're trying to fill you out. You're trying to fill them out. Make sure that the personalities are good together, and you're looking for people that can answer the questions that you're asking. You want them. You don't want somebody that's just like, oh man, I don't know. You want somebody that's going to be like, the quicker they answer, the more prepared they are,
Right.
and
Prepared and passion.
Yeah, and also, the more they probably know about the job, they have the experience. Somebody that's got to think about it for 3 or 4 minutes, and they might not be as experienced as what you need. So, I mean, this is good advice for you guys when you go to
No, it is great advice.
interviewing.
Really appreciate it.
You want to know about the place you're going. You want to be able to explain to the person doing the interview what the job entitles,
Yep.
what the company is about,
Exactly.
their values, and their missions and
Yep.
all that.
Yep.
And you want to come in as prepared as you can
Yep.
about the job you're trying to get.
That's how I got into cybersecurity. I spent like 8 hours a day after work studying, because I worked in IT before, but I learned all about the company I was applying for, interviewing with, and just studied all the technical information I needed to know. And once I was in the interview, it was just like, I
just
had
rolling out
everything, on
Yeah.
the brain,
And
off the
that's-
brain, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what you want, man. You want to
Definitely.
know what
Yeah.
you're going for.
And they knew, after they're like, we're impressed, or like, we could tell you really prepared, because I was quoting the CEO, like I was reading articles online about the CEO and everything. I knew all the ins and outs of the company. They're like, whoa, this guy.
And that's what they're looking
Yeah.
for.
He thought about ordering a shirt with the CEO's face on it too, but it didn't go over.
Never
You
mind.
couldn't get him to stop long enough to get a good picture.
That's funny.
Probably wouldn't recommend that one.
Yeah, definitely not. But
Yeah, we had talked. Actually, your uncle has the funniest interviewee story I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, that is true.
You want to tell it?
Yeah, so as he told me, he went to an interview with someone. He kind of got into a little altercation, if you will. Ended up headbutting the guy interviewing him,
Oh
and
my!
he set him in the chair, and he walked out, and never heard from him again.
Knocked him out, propped him up as he was
So-
sleeping.
At least he didn't.
That's the way it was told to me.
At least he didn't have a knock on the door from a policeman.
I'm not sure he remembered.
I wonder what the altercation was.
I really don't know.
That's funny though.
Yeah, I wish I could ask him.
That's
Yeah,
definitely not a good
I think it's common
interview.
sense. Don't
No.
do that in
No.
your interview,
Don't
please.
hit-
No one would try that against
No,
you. I can
No,
tell you
no.
that.
Well, if you've seen the guy one of the guys I interview with, he's twice my size.
Oh wow.
So, yeah. So,
Well, that's cool. So preparedness and I'm sure just being kind and being personal is a
personal.
good way to
Yeah.
go about it. Well, that's
and,
cool.
and know what you're, like I said, and don't go in there trying to, people,
exactly.
because
They'll
people
know.
You
people
can
that are
see
doing
through
the interviewing, they know what the job entails, and they can tell if you're.
Oh yeah, for
Sure.
sure, for sure.
So, you definitely want to
Wanna
want to be truthful and you want to be honest, because if you get the job and you get out there and you don't know what the heck you're doing, they're gonna be like, well, what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Why you waste our time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So-
exactly. Yeah, it's just bad both ways, because you don't know what you're doing. You're making a fool of yourself, and then
And
you're
it could
not adding
potentially
value.
hurt somebody or
Yeah,
hurt
exactly. Yeah.
something,
Especially in both of our fields,
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
a lot of harm can be caused. So
That's very good. You got any other questions? Like I said, I'm still.
I think that's really good. I think it's just been really inspirational hearing about
Yeah,
space and
definitely.
about what you do and just all that goes into preparing everything for launch. And I'm sure it's a very long process, and I'm sure it's just
yes,
such
it
a
is.
gotta be an amazing feeling when you see a successful launch take place and
Oh man,
come
that's
back.
yeah, that's the best. That's what you hope for,
Oh yeah.
when it actually comes to fruition. You're like,
There it
finally.
is. Yeah.
It's almost like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
So-
yeah, it's such an amazing feeling when you
Yeah.
achieve a goal, like a big goal that you work for.
yeah,
Love it, huh?
I want to ask the greatest engineer over
That's
there.
just-
Is there any other topics of? All right,
Awesome.
I love that. Well, thanks again so much
Yeah.
for being on the show.
Thank you
and
so much.
It's great to actually, just to visit with you and hang out with you
yeah,
again.
it's good seeing y'all. Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, good to meet you as well.
To
I
infinity
just
and
wanna
beyond,
know,
right?
To
Yeah.
infinity and beyond.
Like Buzz Lightyear.
Why did you want to? Why did you want to go top golf instead of actually go golfing? That's what I want to know.
I've never golfed.
I don't know. I guess.
Well, that's half the fun. So
Go on the
nobody
first-
here is a pro. I promise you
we're
on
going
that.
to
the
top
first
golf
side.
after this.
That's right. But anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching,
Yep,
and
appreciate
stay
you.
tuned for future
Absolutely.
stories that will entertain, educate, and inspire.
Thank you so much.
And
Catch you later.
yeah,
God bless,
take care.
guys.
Bye.
Good
Ciao.
job.